William said I'd find you here. Top man in your class at the Royal Think.
What do I...
Police, I'm asking what you think.
I think you'll...
Find you. Why would I? I mean...
But I don't discuss how...
where I work. But if you asked it...
Vulnerable to cheap munitions and...
Far more important.
So how do you know they're going to be primitives? From the aliens.
Yeah.
Told you don't do this. This
is no longer capable.
Undercover cops guarding us. Are you sure you want to be taking all those?
Love you, but
Can you fuck off?
see him one day a week. I don't really know. I was at Oxford when I was feeling homesick. Defeat the aliens? Don't know.
operative.
What I know is not a two. Maybe not is this. They.
We're right in assuming he's Vera's father. Why?
Because she wasn't strong.
Well, I was a shit dad.
I'm right.
Why recruit our planet to their planet, correct? Well, in 8 years, it's a faster way to communicate. 20 quid, it won't be as close. Not my best subject. Half jackal.
You know what these are, Clarence? They fought better on horseback. From a Chinese friend.
In our mind, doesn't matter anymore.
Communications with the Santi.
We kept it.
Bomb it out intelligence.
We need to... Whatever they put their records on, we're on board, could be over 1,000. The ship without damaging the data. Whatever, before our lads will get him.
Yeah, it's enough.
The events.
You're giving me your shite ideas.
Next month.
Morale's missing. The Lord was watching over us. I don't understand. You have... This raid was no killed. That is all part. But I continue to serve. Never, Lord.
And here we have something that sort of...
Figured they give you shit too.
Liam Cunningham's character Thomas Wade approaches Raj Vmer, Sama Usmani on a military dock in Govan. Wade lists a few of Varma's qualifications. Vmer speculates that Wade could be stalking MI5 agents. Wade claims he is not employed by MI5. He inquires about Varma's opinion on the military vessel. Following some back and forth, Vmer informs Wade that, in his opinion, the ship was built for wars in the 20th century. According to Vmer, it is too costly to employ against non-state actors, it is susceptible to low-cost weapons, and it consumes a lot of diesel. He believes that drones would have been a better use of the ship's funding. Vmer is asked by Wade why he enlisted in the Navy. Vmer desired to protect his nation. Wade informs him that Vmer is far more important for what he needs him for. Elsewhere, Da Shi, Benedict Wong questions Ye Wenjie, Rosalind Chow at the Black Palace, the Strategic Intelligence Agency's London headquarters. He asks her how she knows the Santi would be kind when they get on Earth if it will take them 4 millennia to travel here. Da Shi draws attention to the fact that historically, interactions between technologically sophisticated individuals and non-technical people have not ended well for the latter. Da Shi affirms that Ye Wenjie sent a second communication to the Santi despite being advised not to buy the response to her first one. Ye Wenjie also attests to this. Da Shi queries why human society is no longer capable of solving its own problems, according to Ye Wenjie. Undercover police officers are keeping an eye on Orbi Salazar, Isa Gonzalez and Jin Cheng, Jess Hong. Jin claims that is insufficient. Orbi queries Jin's decision to use so many anxiety medications. Jin responds with argument. Orbi claims to recall the reason they moved out of jointly. Next, she queries the whereabouts of Jin's lover, Vmer. Jin claims that she only sees him once a week and that he is on a covert mission. The topic of Ye Wenjie comes up. Jin claims that she believed to know her. She was treated as an aunt by Jin. Ye Wenjie has known him forever, Orbi notes. She goes on to say that they're being treated more like puppets. Orbi declares that she will no longer be a puppet. Tea or coffee is offered to Ye Wenjie by Da Shi when she returns to the questioning room. She makes no decision. Why has Ye Wenjie been so understanding? Da Shi wonders. She claims that nothing she can tell him matters if the Lord permitted her to be taken prisoner. Although she acknowledges that she would want to think of herself as significant, she asserts that the approaching arrival of the Santi is now the most important thing. She queries whether Vera's father is Mike Evans, Jonathan Price. Only in a biological sense, Ye Wenjie argues. Because she was weak, she kept the truth from Vera. Says Ye Wenjie concealed Vera in order to keep her safe. Could Evans have informed her himself, he wonders. Ye Wenjie claims that Evans saw Vera for the first time while she was in her coffin. Countdown. She then inquires about informing Jin that Vera was the owner of the VR headset Ye Wenjie gifted her. Ye Wenjie claims she was lying. She queries why hire Jin. She may be the most gifted physicist of her generation, according to Ye Wenjie, but not more so than Ye Wenjie. She has another question. A radio communication traveling round trip from Earth to the Santi takes 8 years. Why then does Evans occupy all of his time on the Day of Judgment? Is he hoping to hear back after almost 10 years? While Ye Wenjie asserts that humans are incapable of communicating faster than the speed of light, he suggests that the Santi could be able to. She goes on to say that she hopes she could depict what the future holds for She. She wagers it won't be quite as magnificent as she imagines. Wade opens a tiny container in his office. Wade tells She that he is descended from European mutts. As dull as fuck. Wade is 1% Mongolian, though. Wade takes out an almost millennium-old iron stirrup. He says that Genghis Khan's soldiers had an advantage in horse-based combat because they were using metal stirrups. Thus, everyone got fucked. He is 1% Mongolian for this reason. She asserts that Ye Wenjie has nothing to hide. She believes that the struggle is won. However, She is positive that Evans has been recording every conversation he has with the Santi. Wade claims that they require this knowledge. They need brains first, and they have 4 centuries to devise a plan. In summary, She says that they must find out what sort of stirrups the Santi are using. The hard disk is referred to the She as a hostage that they must free. However, there are 1,000 people on board the ship, including children. Wade lacks empathy. The grown-ups are described by him as traitors. She queries how they take out every person on board without erasing the data. According to him, special forces will likely buy enough time to delete the data while causing a carnage on both sides. The hard disk may be destroyed by a missile attack. Gas is unlikely to work well aboard ships because of its excellent ventilation. Then, She explains, JD merely reserved transportation via the Panama Canal for the upcoming month. Evans and Felix stroll the JD's deck while at sea. Felix claims that because some of their kin have been imprisoned, the people are concerned. They believed that the Lord was keeping an eye on them. Evans claims that God is keeping an eye on them. He goes on to say that if Santi had not wanted the raid to occur, it would not have. Evans heads back to his workspace. He tries to reach the Santi once more, but they say nothing. Evans is adamant that they never told their Lord lies. He implores the Lord to talk to them once again. She takes Orby by surprise. But he brings takeout with him. She informs Orby that he must return to work on the nanofibers if they are to extract the data from JD. Orby is reluctant to do so because she fears that the countdown will resume. How would her nanofibers aid in obtaining the data, she queries. She advises her to simply have faith in him. Orby and She arrive at the Center for Nanotechnology Research. Armed guards are keeping a close eye on everything. Cops, according to Orby, won't assist in stopping the Santi. Orby turns the program back on. The lab is back up and running. However, the countdown doesn't show up again this time. Though relieved, Orby wonders why. She claims he believes the Lord has ceased to watch over his sheep. Wade speaks to a platoon of troops in a warehouse. They are the Royal Navy's best engineers, he claims. In a vehicle parked inside the warehouse are Orby and She. Wade says they have to finish a particular project in less than a week. Wade claims that this week is the most significant of their lives. Orby inquires as to whether Wade's choice of Jin's boyfriend is strange. She claims that Wade acts strangely in every way. Orby queries She's lack of assistance. It's not his skill set, claims D.A. Shi. In another scene, while downing, Alex Sharp smokes while sitting next to the channel. Selwyn Pugh and Saul Durand, Joe Vanadepo accompany him. Pugh is in charge of managing the late Jack Rooney's assets. Will has inherited half of Jack's inheritance, which comes to around £20 million before taxes. Pugh walks away. Saul is asked whether he wants it by Will. According to Saul, Jack would have preferred that Will get cancer therapy. Will, however, claims the disease has progressed too far and that he sought a second opinion. Will claims that all he wants to do is make the most of these next few weeks. Under Vmer's direction, military divers are working on the project at Culebra Cut, Panama. Orby is here, too, working. Vmer gives an engineer the task of making a pole appear older than it actually is. Wade walks up to him and tells him that Judgment Day is in 26 hours. How many are on board? Orby asks. They are clueless. As necessary, the pilot is the only representative of the Panama Port Authority who is on board. Orby queries whether the pilot may be warned. Wade queries her on the number of individuals who lost their lives while constructing the canal. Although exact numbers are unknown, estimates range from 5,000 to 20,000. Wade asks if building a canal or fighting against a planetary invasion is more crucial to civilization. Wade expresses his lack of faith in Orby to Vmer. Vmer gets the order to double-check whatever she does. Later, Orby is seated across from Vmer in a bar. He is not drinking, but she is enjoying a beer. How many passengers are on board the ship? Orby wonders. Vmer claims he is unsure. Since Orby claims to be a Navy person, he obviously knows something. It's an oil tanker that has been transformed, according to Vmer, not a naval vessel. Automation tech, he argues, may refer to a small workforce. Wade informs Jin that the Santi wish to show us something in the Black Palace. It hasn't been seen by anyone yet, according to D.A. Shi. Jin queries whether this is a different gaming level. Wade acknowledges that it may be. They take a seat in front of two virtual reality helmets. Wade is cautioned by Jin to get ready for something very strange. Wade asserts that he will succeed. Jin claims the helmets will work for them if he's certain they want to show them something. Each of them don the helmets. They are still dressed the same and standing among the remains of a destroyed city. Wade queries how they are aware of their clothing. Wade, who is new to 3-body, is astounded by how realistic the simulation seems. As Jin starts to explore, she finds the AI Safon, Si Shamuka and her katana. Wade queries if the Santi resembles Safon. According to Safon, they don't, and mankind benefits from the look. Wade queries their true appearance. It wouldn't be to your taste, Safon says. Wade queries the reason of their arrival. To claim that their species is doomed, Safon says. She clarifies that this is because it will take the Santi fleet 400 years to arrive on Earth. Safon references the exponential advancements in human culture and technology. In comparison, it took the Santi a great deal longer to advance to the same level as humans. Jin surmises that this is due of Earth's eternal stable age, which frees advancement from the constraints of the Santi's cyclical civilizations. The 400 years will see more evolution of humans. This means that by the time the Santi reach Earth, humanity will possess the necessary technology to overcome them. Wade comes to the conclusion that in order to stop this, they have to figure out how to disarm people. According to Safon, Earth's science will perish due to the Santi. They'll use their sophons to do this. She says that a proton transformed into a sentient computer is called a Safon. Jin objects, saying that such little computers are not conceivable to construct. There are more dimensions to the cosmos than just 3, according to Safon. Hidden means that these measurements are folded up far too small for us to see. The Santi, however, have the capability to reveal these dimensions. They can unveil the upper dimensions of a proton by applying unfathomable amounts of energy to it. As a result, a tiny proton grows enormously. Wade and Jin observe Safon show the unfolding of a proton. It spreads to include the whole world. As Safon describes, inside the unfurled proton, they build a mind the size of a planet. The proton that has unfurled starts to shine like a vast circuit board. The Safon responds to Safon directly and uses her own voice. The Safon announces that it is ready to fold again, then folds again. The Safon retracts the sky circuits by folding itself back up. According to Safon, the Santi expended all of their resources to create 2 pairs of 2 Sophons, or 4 total. Every pair has quantum entanglement. 2 were transported to Earth, and the other 2 stayed with the Santi. The Santi-based Sophons are instantly informed of all that the Earth-based Sophons see. Protons don't have much mass, hence it is possible to accelerate the Sophons to almost the speed of light. It was months before the Sophons came to Earth. They were directed into particle accelerators, where they influenced and fabricated the outcomes of ongoing studies. As a result, scientists fear that the solutions to their inquiries will become chaotic and meaningless. A flashback of a confused Vmer, Ye and Saul appears on screen. According to Safon, the Sophons will provide wonders to humanity rather than the truth. We see the retinal countdowns and the flashing stars from Countdown. According to Safon, they are everywhere, always observing and discovering all of humanity's secrets. As the Safon soars into the Black Palace and into the room where Jin and Wade are sitting, we get to witness the Safon's point of view. Safon ends by saying that she will once more show them how to be afraid. Wade and Jin pull off their VR goggles. But the room's monitors quickly divert their attention. Augie notices that everyone in London seem to be preoccupied. Glancing up, she notices that the displays the size of buildings are malfunctioning. Saul's screen gets vaulted while he watches nature shows while high. The identical message appears on each screen: "You are bugs." Ye Wenjie sells music playback equipment is part of this. The Earth is encircled by a siphon that opens up, reflecting the planet's surface back into the sky. There's a huge eye in the mirror that seems like it can be seen by everyone on Earth. Tatiana, Marlo Kelly glances up at the eye in another scene.